This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so this course will do combinedly with database testing, that is DB testing, data warehouse and business intelligence report testing, and another is ETL testing. So those three related we will do here. The prerequisites is manual testing. Who are not working in manual testing or they don't have the knowledge of manual testing, they have to learn that also. So this manual testing will take around 24 hours to complete. That is the prerequisites. For learning, no problem, you can learn this course, but after complete this course, for attending the interview and if you will join in any company, this manual testing is must required. This is the prerequisites only. So this manual testing, nothing but the testing concepts. What is testing, how to start that, how to work on that, what process need to follow, how many types of testing are there, what are the different categories, in which case we can tell that it is completed, all the concepts only. Using these concepts only we have to work for any kind of testing. Now come to this database testing. SQL is required. So basic level of knowledge will not helpful. We will go into very in-depth and advanced level because basic level people are learning from their college only.
The time of class on time.
Yeah, please all mute. Okay, so basic level it will not work out because thousands of people are available in market and lot of competitions are going on. So basic knowledge all people are having, all candidates are having, and from college level also this database is one paper in their in your means any semester. So people know that many candidates know that basic knowledge. So we'll go into the in-depth knowledge and how you will tell in the interview and your work will be special out of all the candidates. In that way only you will prepare. So advanced SQL will do starting from very basic. It will take around 24 hours to complete. And if it is completed, this SQL part, then you will be eligible to search the job in database testing, only database testing. On top of that, few concepts are required for data warehouse, business intelligence, and ETL activity. So if you will complete that module, that is taking around 8 hours, then you will be eligible to attend the interview for database testing as well as data warehouse, business intelligence, and ETL testing also. Small one only, just 8 hours you have to upgrade. And there, two types of requirements will come. One is using tool and another is without using tool. So with using tool, some requirements are there. If you want, then one tool need to upgrade, that is Informatica Power Center. That is taking around 15 hours. So all those together, ETL testing only 7 hours it is taking, 2, 3, 4 hours we will do for the interview preparation. So altogether 50 hours it will take. And prerequisites is the manual testing. Who don't know, not work, they have to learn this also. Okay, so these are the primary things. And now coming to some secondary things, Unix shell script is required. So this is not primary. If you know, well and good. If you don't know, also fine. So we can keep the recordings if you need, you require. We can keep the old classes or old batches recordings. And another thing is in SQL, this is the database one part SQL and another part is PLSQL. So PLSQL is not required for tester, but if you know, then that is well and good. So PLSQL and this Unix shell script, if you know, it will be help a lot for some project as well as if your experience is increasing, 5-7 year experience, then it will be helpful. So in companies also, if you are having more experience, more than 5 years, then it will, yeah.
Prakash, one second. Are you recording this meeting?
Yes, it is recorded.
Okay.
Okay, so Unix shell script, if your experience is more around 5 years or more than 5 years, you have to upgrade your skills as Unix shell script as well as PLSQL part also. Otherwise, below 5 year experience, this is fine. Okay, so this is the common part and which are mandatory primary. We are doing all these in our syllabus. On top of that, who require Unix shell script PLSQL part separately, we will do that. And this will be recommended for the high experience, at least 5 year experience. After that experience, again, if you are going to upgrade, then next level you can upgrade to big data Hadoop testing. Okay, so this big data Hadoop testing you need to upgrade. All the things at a time it is not possible. So level by level or step by step only you can go. First of all, manual testing, then database testing, then ETL data warehouse testing, then Unix shell script PLSQL part, then big data Hadoop testing. So altogether, if you are going to learn, then it will be helpful for 10-year, 12-year, 13-year experience also. Okay. So coming to the ETL testing, all are attending for today, database plus ETL testing. Few ETL concepts we'll discuss for today's session, and then we'll plan which module will start in this batch. So we are planning to start this batch from coming Wednesday. We'll schedule one time, and we'll decide this DWBI ETL module will start or advanced SQL. This will start. We'll decide on that. So for today, just ETL introduction we'll do. Okay, now coming to different types of testing, you are in which phase you should know. So software testing, this is the prerequisites that is required for everybody. That can be fresher, 2-year experience, 10-year, 15-year, whatever it may be. This is the prerequisites or base of the testing. So only these are testing concepts, nothing is there. Using these testing concepts, we have to use some tools, some automation concepts again, and on top of that we can work. Then only we can get the job, or we can get good high, or we can sustain in the industry. Only the software testing concepts means that is called as manual testing, without using any tool, without any automation concepts or anything. That is called as manual testing. So manual testing, if you are getting job or joined somewhere, that is just for temporary only, 1-2 year it will work out, because a lot of people are available in market, and all projects they are expecting different technology, different tools, all those things. So it will not help you for long run. That's why on top of this, we need to select which line you can go. Then only you can sustain, or you will get the job, and you will get the good salary also. So here on top of this one is automation testing. That automation also various categories. All are automation only. All these are automation only. So one automation is functional automation. In this functional automation, maybe you heard about Selenium. Selenium is in demand. Another is non-functional automation. Here time will be captured, how much time it is taking. So it is also called as performance testing. This is also one kind of automation. So here the demanded tool is JMeter nowadays, and another is Load Runner. Okay, so these two tools will be used for performance testing or non-functional testing. Here only functionality we have to check using Selenium, which is in demand. Previously, one tool was there, QTP. Okay, so now that is acquired by HP company, they changed the name as UFT. So here only functionality, how to do one operation, one functionality, that only need to do using some automation script. Now, whenever we are working in any project, some front end will be there, means one application will be there, and for all the data, one backend will be there. The data will be kept in this backend side. And in front end, like one example, we can take ICICIbank.com. So that is front end. But whatever we are entering, the information, address, account number, name, then mobile number, contact, mail ID, all are storing somewhere. Where it is storing? Those are storing in this database only. So all the data part are storing in database, and all the design part will be visible in this front end side. This is called as application. So any project you can work, these two things are compulsory. One is application and another is the data part, database. These two are compulsory required. So who are liking into work in this application side, they can go with this non-functional and functional kind of automation. Now who are liking this database side, data related, they are enjoying, they are taking interest to work on that, they can go for this automation. Enterprise testing, this is also one kind of automation. So here database testing will come, then data warehouse testing will come, ETL, big data, all those will come. So all these are coming under enterprise data testing only. This is also one kind of automation we can tell. Here application will be not used more. The main focus is this database server part only. Now coming to web service testing, this is also one kind of automation. So what will happen here in this automation testing, whenever the data are coming from this application of any project to one server, in middle also some system will be there, some applications will be there, or some third-party tool will be there. Directly it will not come. Some project directly it will come, some project through this middle one it will come. So if middle also one component is added, then what type of components are added here? Web services like API, REST, and some other services are there. So what it will do? It will take the data from this application, do some alteration, modification as per the requirement, then it will send to this database layer or database server. So the use of this web services is mediator between application or front end and database or backend. So who are liking those type of work, then they have to involve in this web services testing. This is one kind of automation. Now RPA, robotic process automation. So here robot will work. We have to write little bit of codes or programs or script only. So everything other part will be written by the robot only. Computer it will take. So this introduced from last few years only, 2 3 years only. Nowadays it started RPA. And another is Tosca automation. This is like cloud related. Nowadays, many projects are coming on related to cloud data. So who are preferring to work in the cloud platform, then they can go in this Tosca related. So in this way, these are high level of different categories into testing. Now this is your point, your choice in which line you can go. Now coming to the requirement, if you will see, most of the requirement, 80% requirements are here only, 40% here and 40% here in this enterprise data testing. And rest 20% will be splitted here, here, here in different places. And except these also some other requirements are coming in testing like SOA testing, then we can tell CBEL testing, PeopleSoft testing, SAP testing, mainframe testing. So these are small part only. Little bit knowledge of those language or environment is required, and that's some testing concepts you can use and do. So requirements are very rare. Okay, so in which line you have to select? Common thing is wherever requirement is more, you can go there only, so that quickly you can get the job. Where requirement is less and you are trying, you can get the job, but it will take more time, 1 year, 2 year, unnecessary your time will be dragged. So obviously you have to select either this line or this line. This is only booming everywhere, every company and every places. Now coming to these two types, this part enterprise data related testing is not having any code. Code is not there, only SQL related things it is here. And later on, if you are upgrading, if your experience is increasing, unique stuffs also required. So this is enterprise related testing. And coming to this functional automation testing, one programming language is must required. And Selenium, if you are working, then Java related only lot of requirements are going on. Only Java core part or basic it will not helpful. Advanced part also required. Many people are facing problem in the coding if they are coming into testing side, so they are not preferring this coding part, so they are going into this data related testing side. So here just like English sentence only we have to write this script. It will be not difficult, interesting also. And job requirement, if you will see, then same only here 5 requirements, then here also 5 requirements, here 10, then here 10, because functionality this application side and this database side 50-50 only, requirements will be same, but complexity if you will see, then this will be complex and this will be not more complex. And feature wise if you will see, then only you have to concentrate that automation tool only by adding some new features. But database side if you will see, then we can upgrade into different levels, that is database side. Okay, so this is the fundamental of this testing, which categories it is there. Now we can quickly jump to ETL, some introduction part. Okay, so till now, any questions? Next, we'll start with this ETL few introduction concepts. Any questions from anybody? Few new names are there: Shravan Kumar, Amit Kumar, Vinod. Okay, all are fine, and we'll start with this ETL. So what is ETL? ETL is extract, transform, and load. So we have to extract the data from some sources, from various locations, means pull the data, take the data, and out of all those data, which are required, which are not required, which type of business logic will be implemented, need to add all those based on the requirement in the project, and do the transformation. That is the business logic transformation. And after applying the business logic with transformation, the data will be loaded into final destination, that is the data warehouse. Okay, so altogether this process is called as ETL, extract, transform, and load. So whenever we are going to this ETL, SQL is required database part because we have to play with the data. Then data warehouse concepts also required, business intelligence concepts also required. So business intelligence at ETL concepts and data warehouse all are correlated, related to each other. Only one concept you know, other you don't know, it will not work out. So we have to cover in this module all these three: business intelligence, ETL, and another is data warehouse. So for today, many people don't know about this terminology, data warehouse, business intelligence. So all are telling is that ETL only, ETL testing, ETL development, ETL support only. So first of all, we need to understand about ETL. Then slowly in some other session, we'll have go through with the data warehouse and business intelligence also. Okay. All are able to hear? One message is coming, voice is not clear. Everybody able to hear?
आवाज ब्रेक हो रहा है सर आपका.
No, Prakash, you are audible. I think the internet issue is from the other side.
Okay, I have good network only, so
Exactly.
Yes, you are audible.
okay. Then maybe you can
Okay,
check
okay.
the network from your side.
Now you're audible, sir. Now you're audible.
Okay, okay, fine then. Okay, so in this module, these are the different topics: ETL and ELT, ETL process, types of source and target, data extraction, transformation types, what are the types of load, data integration issues, what type of issues can come, then what are the different tools available in market which are in demand, what type of data we have to use, what are the various formats, and what are the challenges we can face. Okay, so let's see how many topics we can cover. Quickly, we can go with some basic things. First of all, ETL and ELT. So in starting time, ETL was there. Now from past few years, 5-7 years around, ELT also came to the picture. So here nothing is there. The TL is swapped to LT. So some tools are available for ETL, some tools are available for ELT. So ELT is not going more success, failure kind of thing only happening. That's why everywhere they are using ETL only. But you should know ELT also available. Using ETL tool, first we have to extract, then transfer, then load. But using ELT tool, first it will extract, then it will load, and then transformation will happen. Okay, so big data related, if you are working in any project, mostly they are preferring ELT also. Means for few requirement ELT, for few requirement ETL, mixed kind of things they are using. And without big data, if you are working only ETL part, then ETL only they are preferring in the company. ELT they are not preferring. Okay, so what is E? E is nothing but the extraction. Extract the data from various sources, data sources. So we have to work on data only. So those source will be data related, not application or not any other thing. It can be mainframe, it can be CBEL, it can be SAP, it can be anything. But data we will get at the end. That is the main focus here. From those locations, we have to pull the data. How to pull, how to take the data, where to keep, that is different thing. So only concept you can understand first. Extract, we have to take the data from some location. Next, using those data, it is not like that all data are valid data. Maybe few are invalid data also. We have two categories in two parts: valid one part, invalid another part. So valid will go to next level and load in the target location. Invalid will go to archive or it can be removed. Okay, so after this transformation, load will happen. Load means it will load the data or move the data into target area, Okay, so finally we are getting the integrated data, means combination of some data. Suppose this extraction happened with some sources. One data we got from Excel sheet, another data we got from Notepad, another data we got from HTML, some other data we got from Oracle database. Now combination is coming. So all those data will be combined together, integrated, and then final data will load into one location only, data warehouse. So that data warehouse also it will be one database like Oracle or MariaDB or any SQL server, any kind of database. So what is the objective of that? Why it is loading? That loaded data will be used for business analysis purpose. That will be the current and historical data. So using those history or informations, that company will do their business analysis. What features need to add so that their business will go good or they will get more profit. Using those informations only they can enhance that. Otherwise they will not do. They cannot able to do that. So for business analytics purpose only this data will be used. And who will be involved in that? Analytics team, business analytics team, BA, those people will be involved by for using all those data. Okay, so this is the image or graphical representation of this ETL: extract, transform, load. So extraction can happen from different places. It can be database, it can be file. Then transformation will happen. Then it will load into some data warehouse. If it is a ELT, then first extract will happen. Then it will load. Finally, it will do the transformation. Now, what will be the source? The source can be operational system. So what are operational system? The server or the application from where we are getting the data like CBEL, then SAP, mainframe, and PeopleSoft. If we are getting the data from those type of application, then we can tell it as a operational system. Data are operating there. Then RDBMS, this is another kind of source. If we are getting the data from any database like SQL Server, Oracle, MariaDB, DB2, Postgres, MySQL, those are RDBMS databases. So in those from those databases also we can get the data, that is RDBMS source. And another is flat file. As a file format also we can receive the data, HTML, XML, then text file, CSV file, Excel file, these are flat files. So either of these three modes we can get the data. But nowadays, if we'll see in many projects, many requirements, more than 90%, these two only it is coming. Those application related like SAP, CBEL, all those things, if it is present, then they are converting it into those data into RDBMS or file, and then they are providing. So nowadays it is easy. If you will go back to old time, 15-20 years back, at that time many applications were there, mainframe, SAP, then CBEL, all those things. Nowadays they are changing that. Okay, so all these are sources. Now we can get the data from all these sources, and based on the requirement, the data will be filtered using some transformation, using some business logic, and finally the data will be placed here in this data warehouse. Okay, so if this is placed in this data warehouse, this is the final data. Okay, so in this final data, the summary can come, what is the objective, what type of requirement we have, what type of data it is present here, that is the summary. Raw data means all 100% data which is coming from the sources, that can be also loaded into this data warehouse, that can also possible. But raw data is not coming to the picture, very rare cases, because first of all, whatever we are getting the source data, out of all those 20, 30, 40% will be wrong information, invalid data. So all data is not coming here. All data only we are moving, then that is called as raw data. We can do that, but some problem will come. That's why summary data only we get here. Okay. So one is summary data and another is metadata. Metadata means more information about the data, detailed information about the data. What kind of data is available, from which table it is coming, how many columns are there, what type of restriction is available. These are the information about the data. So that information also, it can be come with some specific tables. So in this way, metadata, raw data, and summary data can be placed in this data warehouse. Now using this data warehouse data, which is already pulled here, those will be used for analysis purpose. Okay, so it will be very easy to understand. For that, report will be generated. Who will use this report? Some analytics team will be there. They will use this report for the business enhancement. Now those data will be used for mining also. Mining means some new techniques will be implemented. Using that, the company will grow. So what is that technique? What is that tool? What is that process? That is called as mining. So this mining also, some other team will be there and they will be involved. We will not involve in that. Our involvement will be source to destination, how the data are moving, each phases we have to verify. There are some other concepts also there. Slowly we will learn all those things. And if in the project they are asking to do the report testing, we have to involve in this report part also. So that is our requirement. We have to do that. And other part that is different team. Analysis, separate teams will be there, data analytics team. Mining, some other business analyst and some other management, business uh, executives will be there in that. So our involvement will be in this reporting part and all this ETL. Okay, so whenever the data is moving
Prakash,
from source to
Prakash,
destination, okay,
I have a question. Can you go back to the last slide?
okay.
Not this. This one. So how does it make a big difference when you extract the data and transform and load and extract the data, load and transform?
No, at the end,
As okay, fine. Please go ahead.
yeah, at the end, we will get the final data only. So that final data, first it can do transform and load, or it can be load and transfer. So here, first it is loading, means all the data will load. Then the business logic will be implemented. And here the business logic is implemented in middle only. That is the transformation. So at the end, same only it will come. The process will be 1 2 3 or 3 2 1, whatever it may be. But our destination is suppose 3, number 3. So 2 1 3 we can do, or 1 2 3 we can do. But the 2 and 3 we can swap. But at the end, the data is coming to the final location. That only.
Okay. My question is like when we have this process, right? So why is it getting switched? So is there any different output that we can expect, or the process will be easy by following extract, load, and transform? How is it?
Yes.
So that
So
is the
process.
question.
Yes, process will be easy. In that way only this tool came and this concept came. But later on it is observed in real time that the process is easy, but the tool will be easy, but the correct information is not coming. And after loading, if you are transferring, then lot of complication also it is coming. That's why it is going to failure actually. This is only success, first one, ETL, which is the old one. And the new one which
Oh,
is introduced, based on some concepts only it is introduced, but not going purely success wise, but both concepts are available. Okay, so
okay.
95% project are using ETL, then 5% project are using ELT.
Got it, Prakash. Thank you.
Okay, so next data sources. From data sources, whenever the data will come to data warehouse, direct it will not come. First it will come to staging area, one temporary area. So from this source, which are unwanted data, they can move to some archive server, or they can delete that. Then which are required, which are wanted data, which are correct data, that will come to staging area. From this staging area, the transformations or business logic will be added. That will come into warehouse, means data warehouse. And if that is a huge one, like 20 years, 30 years of data, then it will be very complex in the same location, same table. That's why again it will be split into multiple parts. So the same warehouse data or data warehouse data will be split into one data mart, another data mart, third data mart, like that 5, 10 data marts it will come. So this data mart is nothing but the subset of data warehouse only. Everything, every features will be same, just a subset to make it simpler. Like in engineering, 4 years is there. At a time, one exam will happen for all 4 years, then it will be very difficult, because after 4 years we'll forget everything, and if you do revise for 4 years topics, it will be complex. So it is splitted into yearly exam. Again, it is complex, so this splitted into what they can do half yearly exam, semester. So if that will be also complex, again it will be splitted into trimester. What is that? That is splitting with whole data. So here also in data warehouse, it will splitted with the whole data into different subparts. Those subparts are called as data mart. So data mart is deriving from data warehouse, and it is a subset of data warehouse only. So finally, based on the project, in some project data marts they are not giving if project is small. If project is very big one, old project, then they can use some data mart also. So either from data warehouse or from data mart, finally the reports will be generated, this report part, and those will be used by some analytics team, business management team. Okay, next is types of data source and target. What type of source are available? What type of targets are available? target can be anything, source can be anything. It is not like the target will be database and source will be file, not like that. Anything it can be. So any database can be a source, any database can be a target. So which are the database? Oracle, DB2, SQL Server, MySQL, all these are databases. So any database we can consider, it can be a source, it can be a target. So that depend upon the project how they are preferring. Similarly, any kind of file can be a source, any kind of file can be a target. File can be source, file can be target. So it can be text file, Excel file, CSV file, XML, HTML. Nowadays in some project JSON file also we are getting. It can be JSON. So all these will be file related. So mostly using files are Excel, JSON and text file nowadays. These HTML, XML, these type of files are not coming. Okay. Next is operational system. The source can be any kind of operational system, mainframe, SAP, PeopleSoft, CBEL, all those, or it can be target also. Okay, so it is not specific that only one will be target and only one format will be source. It can be anything. But at the end, it will be depend upon the client and project, how they are considering. Next is data extraction. So data can be extracted in two ways. One is online mode, another is offline mode. Online means we have to connect one server through internet, online only, and we can pull the data using some tools or scripts or anything. Another is offline mode. Somebody will place in some location, we'll use that. That is offline. Like bank statement, if you are extracting. So we can log in our bank application, our login details we can use, and we can extract 6 month or 1 year bank statement. That is online mode. If we don't have the online banking, then how we will get the bank statement or the details? Suppose we have passbook, then we can go to the bank and update the passbook. That is offline mode. We are going updating, but at the end we are getting that. So data can be extracted, data can be fetched in online mode as well as offline mode. Both are possible. In project also, directly we can connect to some server and we can take the data. In some project, client will provide the data in some location in server, and in our testing time or development time, we can use those data. We can take that data from that server. That is offline. Okay, so in how many process the data will be extracted? In two process it will be there, or extraction is two types we can tell. One is homogeneous and another is heterogeneous. Homogeneous means from single source it will come always. Suppose you are working in one project, and in that project lot of data we are getting. Okay, so every time for any requirement the data we are getting, it is coming from only Excel sheet, suppose, or only CSV file, or only from Oracle database, or only from SAP. Every time only one source we are getting, each and every release. So in that case, what is our source? Single source only. If it is a single source, then the format also same. Every time Oracle database we are getting, this every time same format we are getting. So if it is a single source and same format only, then we have to tell that as a homogeneous extraction. So if we are getting the data from multiple sources, then obviously multiple formats also it will come. Few data we are getting from Excel, few data we are getting from Oracle, few data we are getting from SAP, like that. So in that case, multiple formats also it will come. Oracle format and SAP format is not same. Excel format and DB2 format is not same. So multiple source, multiple format it is coming. If multiple source and multiple format is happening, then those type of extraction we can tell it as a heterogeneous extraction. So this extraction can be done in two ways, online, offline, with two types, homogeneous and heterogeneous. So if homogeneous extraction is there, then it is very simple. We can do that without using any tool. But heterogeneous extraction is coming, then it will be very complex. 20 kinds of data we will get from multiple sources, different formats are there. All those formats we have to make it identical, same formats, and we have to convert that with sequential column wise, and we can keep into one location. That is not an easy task. Lot of difficulty we face. So if heterogeneous is there, then companies are preferring those tools, any ETL tool. So using that tool, it can be done within 5 minutes. But if you are not using tool, it can be take 5 months also. So wherever complexity is coming, then in that case only companies are planning to take that ETL tool. And again, ETL tools are very cost effective. It is not free one. So if they are purchasing, then 25-30 lakhs it will be there. So they have to think, they have to decide with the client budget and all those things. So they can check without using tool how many resources are required, what will be the cost for that project to complete, any deadline is there, if will not meet, what is the risk and what will be the recover amount and what penalty they have to give. Everything they have to consider. Suppose without using tool 50 resources are required. One resource package, if they will calculate around suppose 10 lakhs package, so 50 resources are required means 5 crores. If they are using the tool cost is suppose 30 lakhs, and they have to recruit only 5 persons because tool will do a lot of complexity things, so more resources are not required. 5 resources are there. 5 resource package on an average suppose 10 lakhs, 50 lakhs plus tool each 30 lakhs, 80 lakhs. So they are saving a lot of amount. In that case, they can try to find out the solution by taking the ETL tool. So this ETL tool is not compulsory everywhere. If simple project is there, without using ETL tool also they are doing. If complex scenario is coming, then they are going to purchase that tool. Okay, so extraction E is 2 types. Similarly, transformation also 2 types. T for transformation, the middle part. What are those? One is active and another is passive. So what is this active transformation? Whenever the data will move from source to destination, at that time, if row count is changing, then those type of transformations are called as active transformation. So there are 30 types of transformations are available, around 30 types in ETL. Out of all those 30, 10 to 12 types are required for tester, around 10 are required, and 20 around it is required for developer, and rest 10 nobody is using, just that is added, those are added in the ETL tools. Those type of requirements also not coming anywhere. Okay, so in our Informatica Power Center module we'll cover this all 10 to 12 transformations. So out of all these transformations, few are active and few are passive. Some transformation can be active, some transformation can be passive. Based on the scenario only it will be depend. So what type of transformation we can tell it as active, what type of transformation we can tell it as passive. The data from source to destination whenever it is moving, okay, this is our source suppose and this is our destination. So in our source, 1 lakh customer details are present suppose in 1 lakh rows. So based on the requirement or scenario in our project, it is coming maybe 1000 to the destination. So here the record is changed from 1 lakh to 1000. If record is changing, then we can tell that transformation as active transformation. And few transformations will do, the record count will not change. Here 1 lakh rows are there, 1 lakh customer informations are there. Then here also it will come in the target 1 lakh records. No change, no plus, no minus. So in that case, that type of transformation, we can tell it as a passive transformation. Okay, so here one transformation example we can take filter suppose. Filter is one transformation. We have to filter the data. Suppose in the requirement it is mentioned that who did the transaction more than 1 lakh in last 2 months. For them some offer is coming and that need to load in the target location. So that report will generate and they will send the message and customer will collect the offer. So in that case, what will happen? Out of all these 1 lakh customer who did the transaction in their credit card more than 1 lakh amount rupees within last 2 months, we are going to filter. So after filtering, maybe 1000 customers are there who did the transaction more than 1 lakh. So here the record changed 1 lakh to 1000. So this is filter transformation, and what type we can tell? Active type. Now same filter transformation again we can consider. In the requirement it is mentioned that we have some requirement and who did the transaction more than 10,000 within last 2 months, for them only the credit card will continue, and for others who did less transaction below 10,000 will make it invalid or will block the credit card. No use, no business is going on for that. We will block them. That is the requirement suppose. So for that we have to find out the data and place into data warehouse so that that report will go and business team will see on that. So if we'll observe that 10,000 is small amount in 2 months, per month 5,000 only. So a lot of people did that, and at the end it is observed that all 1000 credit card customer holder, they did the transaction of more than 10,000. So at the end, how many records it will load here? All 1 lakh it is loading. So no change in the row. 1 lakh, 1 lakh. Filter transformation only, same transformation. But here row is not changing. So we can tell this transformation as a passive transformation because row is not changing. So transformation name can be same, cannot be same, no problem. But our main goal is rows are changing or not. If changing, then active, not changing, then passive. So in interview also they are asking few scenario and you can tell what is this transformation name and this is active or passive. You can get. Okay. Next is types of load. ETL extract is 2 types, transformation is 2 types, then L load also 2 types. What are those? One is initial load or full load, and another is incremental load or delta load. Okay, so initially if the data is loading into one target location, target table, then that is called as initial load. Initially, first time it is loading. It is also called as first load. First time only it will be loaded, or fully it will be loaded. Everything will be loaded. Okay, suppose this table is our target table and some data is already available here. 5,000 customer informations are available. 5,000 suppose. So what will happen then? If it is an initial load or full load, it is mentioned for our project requirement. Then if no data is there, then it is fine. The 5,000 customer information will be loaded. But if data is there, then what will happen? If data is there, then need to remove those data, truncate those data. First make this table empty, then only load this new data. That is the process here in this initial load or full load. If no data is there, you can freshly load. If data is there, then first delete and load. Make that remove, make that empty, then you can load. So this type of loading is called as initial load or full load. Now next one is incremental or delta load. So here what will happen? One target table will be there and some records are already available, some customer information. Suppose 5,000 customer informations are already present. And today we received another 3,000 new informations we got. So this should be loaded in this table. So here it will not make empty this table like initial load. Whatever data is present, let it be. On top of that, it will append with the new data. This 3,000 will be append here. So previous 5,000 plus new 3,000, it will be 8,000. Okay, and here one rule is there. Out of all this data, if anything is already exist, then it will ignore. It will not take that again. Means duplicate will be ignored. So out of this 5,000, suppose 1,000 is already present, and again we are receiving in this 3,000. So those 1,000 it will not load again. It will ignore those duplicate data which is already exist. Rest 2,000 it will be loaded. 2,000. So finally, how many records it will come? 7,000, not 8,000. If no duplicate is there, all are new, then it will be 8,000. But some are duplicates, some are already available earlier, then again and again it will not load the same thing. That it will ignore, and the unique records only it will be loaded. 7,000. Again next day we got 4,000 records. Then out of all those, again it will check in the 7,000 anything is present or not. Okay, 1,000 is again present suppose. So it will not load again 1,000. Rest 3,000 it will load. So total it will be 10,000. So this process will happen in this incremental or delta load. So in your project requirement also you have to understand they have given for initial load or they have given for incremental load. Incremental load, then this approach you have to follow, and initial load, then this approach you have to follow. First delete all the data, then you can load. If nothing is there, direct you can load.
Prakash, I have a question.
Okay.
So regarding incremental or delta load, there are 10 columns in my table, and only few columns, 2 to 3 columns have been changes. So it
Okay.
can be loaded or not.
2 to 3 columns, that is not a duplicate record actually. So duplicate is 2 types. One is record level duplicate and another is column level duplicate. So if
Okay.
nothing is mentioned in your requirement in the project, then by default it is understandable that record level duplicate. Record level duplicate means all column data will be same. Then only you can tell it as a record level duplicate. So here 3 columns only you are telling. So that is not record level duplicate, column level duplicate. So column level duplicate is there, but not record level duplicate. Then it will take or not. That they have to define. Who are giving the requirement, they have to mention that. So in that case, based on the requirement, we have to verify. But record level duplicate, no need to ask anybody. That is a common GK only. If we are a ETL tester, record level duplicate should not be allowed. So in this two way, it can be done.
Okay.
Okay, so whenever the data are integrating or combining from various multiple sources, chances is there uh, some integration issue can come. So here this type of integration issue you can face. Few examples are given here. Suppose one person name is John. John is having with some operation, he is doing some business. That business data is coming and loading into one table. So John is doing one operation in UK, suppose, and in that JON is mentioned, and he is doing another operation, another business in India, in that JOHN is mentioned. So in India, Excel sheet they are maintaining, and in this UK, he is doing that business, they are maintaining, suppose, one database, Oracle database. So maybe some typo mistake happened, or from where they got the data, they got this type of spelling only. So in that case, what will happen? Need to verify this customer ID. Customer ID is same because same kind of business is doing in different country. So different operations only it is happening. If it is confirmed same customer ID or any other identity card, if it will check, it is same persons only. If belonging to the parent location is suppose India, he is migrated to UK. So two account he is having, two type of transaction he is handling. So maybe some chances is there it can happen. We cannot tell that everything will be accurate. So this type of means integration issue will get. So need to rectify which is correct one. Based on the document of John, we can see if same customer only, it is 100% confirmed by seeing the identity card, anything or customer ID, and all the details are exactly matching in both the places, then that is the same person. So it can be rectified, which is correct one. JOHN is correct, then JONHN it will be replaced. So this type of integration issue can be observed because multiple sources, multiple data means chances can be there, some small mistake can happen. Company name GOOGLE, somewhere it is mentioned and somewhere it will mention GOOGLEINC corporation. So we have to make it identical. Both are Google company only. So we have to make it identical. Similarly, different names. Cleveland is there, Cleveland. Some spelling is not matching. So this type of data integration issue we can get. Chances is there. Okay, next is ETL tool uses. This ETL tool is data integration tool. It will integrate the data from multiple source. Then it will do the ETL activity, transformation and loading part it will do. Extract the data from data sources. It will do the transformation using some business logic, and it will load that transformed data into some target location. Okay, so finally it is using like client server architecture. Client, it will get the data from somewhere and it will keep into server. These are few demanded ETL tools available in market. Some are having license and some are not having license, open source. So which are having license? Few names are present here. Informatica Power Center is one, Avin Issue, Data Stage, SQL Server Integration Services, SSIS, DM Express. So different companies develop these different tools, like IBM is developed Data Stage. Informatica company is developed Power Center. Informatica is not a tool name. Informatica is a company name, like IBM, Wipro, Accenture, TCS. Informatica is a company name. That company develops so many tools. Out of all those tools, Power Center is one tool which is used for data integration and ETL activity. So out of all the licensed version of tools, Informatica only more popular. If we will compare with many company and many projects, 80-90% company projects are using Informatica. So in the requirements also you will see Informatica mostly. Okay, so in our session, in our syllabus also, we are covering this Informatica. All tools are not possible to learn. So Informatica only mostly they are required in many company, many project and many requirements. So we'll cover this Informatica Power Center. And one tool you already learned and you work, then any other tools if you are getting also, you can able to do that, no problem. Little bit here and there, the charges will be there. So by referring some small documents, you can learn that. No need of course again and again. One tool is enough to learn. Okay, so the advantage of this license tool is whenever non-license tool, open source tool we use, then the problem what will happen if tools we are not working the tool specific things, just we are using this tool for our ETL activity only. Our main concentration is data we are working. Using tool means it will be easy, that's why we are using that tool. So what are available in tool, what are not available, what is this, what is that, we are not working on that. For that some other teams are there, they are working on purely tool level. Okay, so if we are taking the open source tool and we are getting some tool specific error, then we have to ask who are working on that tool, who are the developer, which company they are dealing, where they are working. Then only we can find out that fixed. So if open source tool, then to whom we can contact? Really nobody can do. That is one thing. And this is a open source, no parent, nothing is here, no company will take care on that tool. So what to do then in that case? It will be problem. We have to sort out that issue. If we are not able to find out that issue, we are not able to fix, then what will happen? Again, the project will be disturbed and lot of things will happen in that project if we are not able to perform in the right time. So problem will start in that case. That's why many companies, reputed company or big company, they are not preferring this open source tool. Very small company only they are using this open source tool, and many companies they are preferring this license tool only. So here license tool mean what will happen if we face some issue in that tool level, tool specific, then we can contact to that company. Suppose Informatica Power Center tool we are using. In that tool, some problem occurred, we can contact to Informatica company. From Informatica company, your company purchased IBM or TCS. So they have some deal, 1 year, 2 year agreement is there. Any tool related error is there, then they will support. So Informatica company will support now. Now that can be fixed. That's why it is costly, but it is making easier for the project related. That's why many companies are preferring these license version tools. Okay, next is data formats. So here everything we have to work in data level only. We have to start with data, we have to work with data, play with data, end with data, target is data, everywhere data only. So we should know what are the different types of data, what are the formats, and which data we will use. Thousands of data are there. So what kind of data we have to use? We should know that. So basically data is categorized into three types. One is structured data, another is semi-structured data, and another is unstructured data. So what type of data we can tell it as a structured data, what type of data we can tell it as a semi-structured and unstructured. So structured data means row and columns will be there. Here, row is there and columns will be there. Okay, so row and column means what is this? What type of data? Any database we can take, Oracle, then DB2, SQL Server, Postgres, column are there, rows are there. Data warehouse also coming from database, row is there, column is there. Any application, ERP, CRM, row is there, column is there. Okay, so these are some example of structured data. Excel also one example. PSB is one example. Okay, so row wise if you will take, we can get the information. Suppose in one row it is mentioned student information, or column wise we can take. Okay, so in one column student roll number is there, roll number we can say. In another column student name is there. In another column student mobile number is there, address is there. Like that different columns, different informations are present. Now if you will concentrate only one column, only roll number, so what we will get? All the list of roll number from that class, all students roll number we are getting. Okay, next name column, all the names we are getting here. All the mobile number of students we are getting in this column. All the address we are getting from all students in specific columns. So column wise we are having some meaning. Now come to row. Suppose one row we are taking. In this row one student information is there. That student name is suppose Rajesh. roll number is 1, mobile number is something, and he is staying in some location, Pune or somewhere. This is one information. Coming to next row, another student information. So for all students individually, detailed informations we are getting row by row, and only specific information of all students then in one column. So column wise we are getting the meaning, row wise we are getting the meaning. Those type of data if we are having, then we can tell those data as a structured data. So for this structured data, what type of database will be used? SQL database will be used. What are those SQL databases? Oracle, then DB2, Postgres, MariaDB, SQL Server, all these are SQL DB. Structured data only they are using. Now another kind of data is semi-structured data. In this semi-structured data, row will come and column will not come. If we'll use the column, then no meaning. So some example we can take. What are those? CSV will come under structured data. XML, HTML, JSON file. If you have seen HTML, XML, you can understand how it present. Otherwise, you can take one example, log file. If you already worked in some project, you know about log file. The history will be generated for your operation. So in that log file, some history will be there, some informations will be there line by line. Similarly, chart history, you are doing chart in Telegram, Facebook, WhatsApp, all these social media, we are doing the chart. So what are those? Line by line we are typing the message. So line by line or row by row meaning is there. Suppose you are chatting with one of your friends, how are you? Then in next line, had you did take lunch? Next line, today what is your plan? So like that you are chatting with that person. Now row wise we are able to understand. Hi friend, how are you? What are you doing now? Had you take dinner? Which item you are taking now? Meaning is there. Now column by column, if you will take first column, suppose hi, how are you? First word is hi, one column. Second, what are you doing? Third one, had you take dinner? Now, if you will correlate or collate all these column value, hi, what, where, uh, what you are doing, had you take dinner or not, had, any relation is there? No relation between had, what, I, no relation, nothing. That is meaningless. So column wise, it will be meaningless. If we are taking also meaningless, but row wise meaning is there. So this is one kind of data. So what type of data are those? Any chart, log file, JSON, XML, there also will get the data. So those type of data, if you are receiving, then that is called as a semi-structured data. Okay, semi means partial, 50-50. Row is correct, but column is not correct. 50-50, partial. So this type of data, what type of database we have to use? Another type of database is NoSQL. Okay, so what are those databases? MongoDB, Cassandra, HBase, CoachDB. Those kind of databases are called as NoSQL. Those are having semi-structured kind of data only. And next kind of data is unstructured data.
Prakash, what about Kafka?
Kafka is not a database. That is one kind of service we can pass from one location to another location. That is not a database.
Okay.
Okay, so that moving the data, not storing the data. Kafka. Okay, next is unstructured data. So in this unstructured data, column will be not there and row also it will be not there. No row, no column. So what kind of data then? Any example we can take like video, clip, audio, image. Image means any scan copy we are taking or any image snap we are taking. Then sensor, if you are going to any shopping mall, sensor is there. Then scanning documents. All these are coming under unstructured data. Here row is not available, column also not available. And daily basis this is also using. So this is another kind of data. So for this, no SQL and SQL database will not work. For that, some other components are available. Now coming to our database, ETL, data warehouse, business intelligence testing, what kind of data we have to use? This data, structured data only we have to use, and SQL database we use that, SQL. Next level, if you are going to upgrade, then semi-structured data also we can use, that is coming in big data. In big data, testing if you are upgrading after 6 months or 1 year, semi-structured data plus unstructured data, both kind of things will be used. For semi-structured, no SQL DB will be there, and for unstructured, some components are there in Hadoop components. Using those we can do. So for our upcoming sessions, we will not use these two types of data, but because in this SQL database, data warehouse, business intelligence testing, in this course or in this type of requirement, only structured data will be available. So we have to play with this data only, structure related. Database can be different, but then SQL will be same only. SQL is a common language to interact with all the databases, and that is the same only everywhere. That is a common language. Like programming language, a lot of languages are there: C, C++, Java, .NET, and all those things. Coming to this query language, only one language, SQL, structure query language. This NoSQL language also deriving from SQL. If you know SQL, then NoSQL is easy, same only, almost same only. So here only one language. No need to learn 2, 3, 4, 5 language like programming language. One is enough, and that one language will help you from starting to whole your career. That's why it is very good one, easy one, and you can be expertise also. Okay, so we'll work on the structured database. Okay, so these are few descriptions in these different types of database. Okay, so this is about some introduction of ETL. So out of all these three modules, data warehouse, business intelligence, ETL concept, this is purely theory only, around 8 hours it will take. Maybe if you will feel bored also, it is must required, otherwise you cannot understand the project. Many terminologies will be mentioned, so you will face a lot of problem for understanding. And in interview also 5-10 questions you will get, you have to tell that. That's why this is required, small one only, 8 hours around it will take. And next is advanced SQL. This is purely practical. We'll start from very basic to advanced. And this is the core part of database testing as well as ETL data warehouse testing. Anything you can go, this is the core part, heart of this data related. Big data, if you are going also, this is the heart or core part. So you have to be very careful in this, and advanced will be required. Basic, many people know that competition is more, it will not help you out. And one ETL tool also will learn, which is in demand market, Informatica Power Center. Many tools are there, all tools are not possible to learn. Lot of time will take, and one person is not possible to learn 10 tools, 20 tools. So which is demand, that only we can do. So that other tools is required also, they are considering. One tool you know means other tool also you can learn, they are considering. So 15 hours around it will take. This is also purely practical. So this last one and first one is purely practical, and this is purely theory one. So today we covered 1 hour session around from this module. Like that, so many concepts are there. We'll cover all those theory only. And if your experience is high, around 5 or more than 5 year experience, then recommended is Unix sales script PLSQL also you can upgrade, because experience level is increasing, company is also expecting more things, because you are also expecting more package, so company is also expecting more knowledge from you. Based on that, you have to decide and learn that. If experience is again more, go for big data Hadoop testing, next level. So slowly need to upgrade. And for all kind of testing, not only this ETL or DB testing, you can go for automation, any other automation, functional, non-functional, SAP testing, anywhere. Manual testing concept is mandatory. That is the prerequisites. If you know, fine. You don't know, you can learn that also. Without doing course also, you can learn this. This is very easy one. Only theory. Only test case part is practical. So easily you can learn it. Okay.